Hello, Dwayne. Hey, everyone. Happy Friday. Sorry that I am late, but I was too busy counting my money tonight before I came onto the live. Sorry about that. How's everyone doing? How's your Friday? How has your week been? Speak to me, darlings. How's everybody doing? Let me see who's in here. Happy Friday, Mama Shirley. How are you? Happy Friday. Hey, fam. Happy Friday. How are you? Is it payday for everyone? Hmm. Just asking. Hey, sunshine. How you doing, sis? Happy Friday. Uh-oh, it's trying to skip ahead. I need to go back. Hey, Joe Ba. How you doing? Happy Friday. Tried to skip over you. Hey, Miss Cheryl. Happy Friday. How you doing? Hey, Flossin. Happy Friday. I'm not the only one frugal here. Listen, that's why, I don't know what it feels like to be frugal, but, I'm sure it feels, just as good as it feels for me to be, well, who else is in here? Hmm. Yes, I was late, Bam. I was busy. I'm sorry. It takes a while to count, your money when you have a lot like I do. I'm just saying. Hey, Donzel, how you doing? Happy Friday. How's everybody doing? Hmm. Hey, Unique, how you doing, sis? Happy Friday. Oh, this whole thing. You like this? Thank you, Donzel. I just pulled it out the back of my closet. Yeah. Just for the outfit. Oh, I mean, I guess I can add it to the pile of money that I already have. Thank you, fam. I appreciate you. Hey, Happy Mac, how you doing? Happy Friday. Whip out the LV bag. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know which one to choose tonight, so they're all in the other room. I'm sorry. But yeah. Hey, hi above. How you doing? Happy Friday. Look, you would pop into my life the night I decided to be up in here cutting up. Just saying. Who doing something strange for some change on Frugal Friday? I don't know. I don't have to do anything strange. When you're wealthy like I am. But let me know how that goes for you. You have a coat just like this? Really? I only bring it out a few times a year. I can kill him every day. Oh, why not? Would you do that for me though? If I wanted a new one every day in different colors, of course. Mm-hmm. Payday and that green sock sale already got me. Girl, get off the look. You done made me take my glasses off. Get out of there. Don't be letting these Black Friday deals suck y'all in. Now, how you gonna stay wealthy if you out here spending your money at the Black Friday deals? Ah, yes. Cheers. Hey, Miss J.K. Gardner, how you doing? Happy Friday. It is not velvet. It is not. Honey, this is 100%. I don't know. I didn't even think of anything fast enough to say to make something up. Hey, burner girl. Listen in the car. Be safe, sis. Of counting your money. I'm all in. Absolutely. Count every penny. Every penny adds up. Hey, lovely lady Leo. How you doing, sis? Happy Friday. So how's everybody's week been? You know, how is it amongst, the people who aren't wealthy? How was your week? Do you guys actually like work? Is that a thing? Do you guys like work for someone and have to get a paycheck? I don't know. I don't know what that feels like. I'm just asking. You can weigh in and let me know how that is for, regular people, I guess. It's been stressful, fam. Oh, terrible. Russia say we'll keep that chill out on the rack. Really? You're good. I am marvelous, darling. I am marvelous. Hey, Miss Cassandra, how you doing? Happy Friday. Thank you. This is my Hollywood look. I gotta look like money. Do I look like money? Just asking, you know. Affordability. Ugh, 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 making me itch. What is that? Hmm. Is that like one of those budget things? I don't know. Hmm. Do they do that like all over the world? Look for affordability. Tell me more about this thing. I'm not very familiar. How have y'all been doing? How's it has have you guys been planning this week? From the last conversation that we had about budgeting and saving, who has been saving? Hmm? Who has been saving? Let me know. I don't need to know how much you save. That's your business. I just want to know that you've been doing it. Who's been saving? Who's been putting them coins away? Who has set themselves a goal and has started putting some money to the side to reach that goal? A smidge, that's all it takes. Those smidges add up. They add up unique. Just keep putting it there. Keep putting it over there, over there. You don't even look over there. We don't even see nothing over there. It's over there. Just keep sliding it that way. Literal coins, they add up, sunshine. Listen, I have an actual bank that I keep my coins in. And yes, I keep them coins too. Hmm. When I break a bill and I got those, I put them in that little bank. Other than pennies, I have one for pennies and one for everything else. And then I roll them up like they do old school, and I take my coins to the bank and don't be counting the coins out. You're saving to buy your first gun. Good luck. I hope you're able to get it. So what's your goal? 200, 300? You going for what? What you trying to buy? I hear Glock is a very reliable gun. Is that what you're looking at? You got a yeet cannon today? Okay, look, see, Lawson trying to help you out. Y'all need to communicate to see if you have enough saved up yet, though. It might be a little while before he can purchase one, Lawson. You going? Oh, Taurus, dope. I've heard of these items. I don't know. They don't sell those type of guns the stores I go into, but I'm sure they're great. I'm sure they're wonderful guns. So nobody's been saving. Unique and Sunshine got a little bit set aside. I started October. So I started before the planner went out. So I got a little bit saved. A little something. I don't, I don't spend it all in one place. I might, buy nice wines and furs, but there's still money left. You starting today, there's no bad day to start. There is no wrong time to start saving. And set your goal where you want to set it at. Whatever dollar amount that you want to set it at, and for however amount of length of time that you want to set it for. Seriously. After the live, where am I going? Well, I do have dinner with friends at this very, very nice restaurant. You guys wouldn't know about it because it's exclusive. And yeah, I ain't going nowhere. I'm going to bed. Okay. I'm going to bed when I leave here. No, I was cutting up for my, Frugal Friday. I had to look like money. Do I look like money? Oh. 5-star. Ugh. Yuck. What is that? We don't do 5. Such a small number. It looked like a fishbowl. Oh, so small. Not a big glass. I do look like money, but that was the goal. A little bling in the earrings, a little bling on the neck, rings on the fingers. Mm-hmm. Fur. You know, just saying. Y'all are quite. What's funny is I just noticed it ain't really that nobody in here, and usually I'm about to share my live. Did y'all share my live, and did y'all like when y'all came in? I hope y'all did both of those things because I'm about to share it because usually it's more people in here, and we just gonna talk about the how y'all doing with the savings, if y'all started the savings, if y'all gonna start the savings, even try it. I'm just saying. Thank you, Donzel. Hey, Rachel, how you doing, sis? Happy Friday. I'm just saying. Yeah, why I put this dang on hot jacket on? 'Cause now I'm hot. Trying to cut up. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. It didn't go to where I wanted it to go. There we go. Because YouTube be tripping and don't be sending out notifications. I'm just saying. So I got my little savings binder here. Y'all been saving seriously. So y'all know I like to do the envelopes. Do I got anything in my first one? I think I do. Nope. But I'm sure I got some in this one. My second one. And do I might have a little something in there. A couple bills in there. Just a little something. But yeah, I've been using my envelopes. So I got something in most of them. This one, this one. So about 5 of them. Nope, 6, 7 of them. Because I even have something in this one. This was my arm 4 envelope, but I'm using it for arm 5. No, arm 6. We're at arm 6 now. So it has a little something in there so we can save up for that. We save up for everything. You went to the grocery store, hashtag broke you. My boyfriend made me put some money. Nice. Good job. Keeper. And he's a keeper. That's a good job. Hey, that's my art. How you doing? Happy Friday. Yes. Definitely just put something away. It don't have to be a lot. You ain't got to do all what I be doing either. I do the envelopes because I like them. But I try to put something away for like a lot of the things that I typically worry myself about when something's going to go wrong with it, like my car, my house, things that I need for my daughter, buying gifts for people. Yeah, I like to be ready for that stuff and not have to go into my account to make stuff happen. I'd rather not. I like to be ready. Stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. That's what they say. That's what they say. But yeah, I'm sorry. But anyway, also, let me share that the garden planner went, it launched this week as promised. You were here Sunday. I promised I was going to have it up by Tuesday. I think I got it up Monday. And it did launch for pre sales. So you can either go to the website that's going across the screen at the bottom, ginaversusgina.com. And there's a link right where you go on there. It says pre-sales. I think it says pre-sales for the budget with purpose, but it'll take you to the same site that the produce with purpose planner is on if you want to get one of those. Thank you to those who have already ordered because I have already got orders for it. So I appreciate y'all. Sorry, I had a long phone call. Oh, it's all good. Hey, Miss Cherokee, how you doing? Happy Friday. Hey, STD. Oh, I'm just hanging out with you guys. I get ready for you guys. I mean, you show up for me. So I figured, you guys, want me to show up for you. And maybe somebody can make sure I have some dinner, to go with my wine. How about y'all work that out? One arm. What are you talking about, Jovan? Did you say something else that I missed? Is that, let me see. Hey, G Mama, how you doing? Happy Friday. If I did, I don't know what I missed. Why are you saying one arm, Jova? I don't know what you're talking about. What up, Jay? How you doing? So, as you guys, if you saw the thumbnail and the caption, this is Frugal Friday. You know, this is how the rich stay rich. Okay. So those of y'all who keep falling for them green stocks, stop it. Stop it. No more. Y'all be always buying them things. Mm-mm. Stop falling for it. Or save up for it. That's even better. Save up for it. Let's plan. I know you need like Liz, you coming for me. And is. I'm not just coming for you because there's somebody listening that ain't talking who I'm talking to as well. They know who they are. Y'all gotta quit falling for it. These Black Friday deals are gonna be killing y'all timeline. Killing y'all timeline right now. And everything gonna seem like it's the best thing coming, the best deal coming. Mm-mm. No, don't fall for it. Do not fall for it. You got the Aldi screen stock. Hey Sam, happy Friday. I think Pepper Rookie has that one too. I think. Y'all, I ain't lying. I'm not taking it off though, because yeah, I can't do that. That'd be doing too much. I probably don't know. I probably don't need to unfasten it. Ah, it's making me hot though. Mm-mm. I don't know if I should be unfastened. I don't want to. I don't want y'all to be coming for me in the chat. Don't do it, Jay. Don't do it. Look away. And they're gonna be killing you because you probably be on their sites anyway. I think what is it, Palmetto Armory? Oh, they've been killing my email, and I'm just ignoring them. I don't. They got all kind of deals. I don't want to see it. You know, I'm trying to win. Oh my god, I'm trying to win them. Why you keep saying one arm? I need to know. Don't be sitting up there. Oh, I'm stuck. Get you so comfortable. Ah. I seen a black coat similar to yours yesterday and told hubby that's what I want for Christmas this time. Really? Nice. Yes, it's hot though. That it is. This would be nice on a like if I was going somewhere and it was because I'm in Ohio, so it'd be cold at night. Then I'd be comfortable. But ciao. Hashtag one arm. I don't even want to know what you're talking about now. I don't. I don't think I want to know. I'm done with deals. It's usually just one item for hundreds of folks, anyways. No, it's not. That's first of all, that's Erica's 55 days of Christmas, y'all. And I am not doing 12 days of Christmas this year. I will still have something going on for my channel, but I'm not doing 12 days of Christmas. Yeah, it was again be a lot. What? 3 already this week? Okay, now I'm being nosy. What you get? And if you don't want to say in the chat, DM me because I'm being nosy. What you pick up? Hmm? I want to know. What'd you pick up? Oh, he already looked. Oh, at me or the me or the coat that you want? I'm confused about what you saying, Miss Cherokee. Where he already look at? Tell hubby I'm gonna try to keep it together. I ain't gonna lie, y'all though. I'm hot. That I am. Hot. I am. But I felt like undoing this hook was a little bit, it was a little too much. A little too much. Miss Native. They are nice. Oh, Lord. Ah, I don't know what the kuna is. Interesting. Right. Right, G Mama. Interesting. I don't know what that one is. Is that a pistol or a rifle? What is it? Send me a picture. I'm nosy. And that's only, oh, I don't know what the M2 at, what is that, M29 or M2? No, that's 11. M211. Look, I got to remember my ramen noodles. My ramen noodles. My Roman noodles. Oh, listen, that's because I'm hot. I don't even know how to talk right now. Springfield Kuna? Haven't heard of it. Stick a tissue in my blouse and take off the coat. No, I'm not going to take it off. I was just going to unlatch it. And I thought that was doing a lot. Y'all just calm down. You'll see some cleavage. That's it. But let's keep it together. But I felt like that was going to air me out, son, because it was tight. It was tighten me up. And I feel like I need to situate myself. It's just not, I'm looking like things are not, I'm not, yeah. Anyway, we just going to move on. I heard of the Bursa. Y'all will cover one eye. We was holding on. It wasn't. Hush, STD. Y'all terrible. See, I told y'all not to cut up. Didn't I say that? I asked y'all not to do that. I'm hot. Ugh. Trying to just show out. I was like, you know what? We're gonna do a frugal Friday and I'm gonna show up looking like money. That was the point. That was the look I was going for. Do I look like money, like Hollywood? Just saying. I don't hear you knocking. I wouldn't have to. My ring camera would have went off by now, and I would have known you was at the door. Just saying. Just saying, sir. Hold on, y'all. Ooh. All right. Ooh. That's right. It's party time. And y'all, I'm not even going through the change of life. I'm just hot because it is. And I don't even want to bring that up because I haven't, and most of my friends my age are. And I'm just thinking I might not because I don't remember my mom or my aunt going through it. So, oh, thank you. Thank you, Miss Cherokee. Ah, hey, Tigsy. There we see. I am looking like money. Real Housewives of YouTube. Mm, I'm just not a wife. Been there, done that. Y'all had to. Terrible. It is a huge blessing because I be hearing about what they be going through. That ain't me. I stay cold most of the time, quite honestly. Really do. I'm always cold. So it's the opposite for me. And the fact that I'm hot, I know it's because of this. And it ain't that thick, but it's thick enough, I guess. mm, that's not where I went, but I'll tell you later, sis. My mom didn't, but I am. My boyfriend asked me if, oh, 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 well, that's so mean, boyfriend. But my friend is like that. She says she wakes up like soaked from sweating throughout the night. Mm-mm. I sleep under a comforter, y'all. With heat or I be cold. Listen, although, well, I'm not gonna go into all that. That's probably TMI. Hey Tia, how you doing? Happy Friday. But I don't deal with the night sweats. Yeah. Thank you, darling. You know, I had to come in looking like money because I've been saving, you know. You've been budgeting, Tia? You've been saving, asking for a friend, you know. Y'all don't be going out here running up them credit cards for Christmas. Them babies gonna be okay. Don't be trying to buy them everything. Mm-mm. Nope. Take them to one of the shelters and have them help feed the homeless. Mm-hmm. Yep. Teach them to be selfless and not selfish. It's okay to take care of yourself. Also teach them that. And it's not selfish to care for yourself. Self care is not selfish. However, also teach them to be selfless. Your finances say F them kids. I have never been that person ever in my life. Not for birthdays, Christmases, nothing. I'm not that mama that's going out there spending like, I've never been her ever in my life. That's just not who I am as a person. Because, no. I like creating core memories, and money does not buy core memories. It can fund an experience that creates a core memory, but money does not buy core memories. So, you pray nice to us, never find me. Man, listen. Yeah, now when I'm sick, I've had it for when I'm not feeling well, for sure. But I welcome it then because I feel like if I'm sweating when I'm sick, it's coming out of me. So I welcome it. No spacing myself. What you mean? Hot flashes ain't no joke. I sleep with only a sheet. Under a thick comforter here. And I switch them out. I got like five of them. And they on there all year round. Summer and winter. Mm-hmm. I promise you. I stay cold. I be asking my daughter all the time, like when the air is on, I'm like, "Are you cold or is it just me?" She's like, "I'm not cold." Be so mad because I be wanting her to say it's not me. You've been hanging out with Fam Fam and Team Blacksmith, just be balling. Oh, they be balling. I mean, they might have a little something. I don't know if they have Gina money. They might, be able to hang out near me. We ain't in the same circles. I'm in a whole nother class. I'm just saying. But they could come hang out, They just got to carry the tab. They got to be able to afford to hang out with me. I don't know that they can do that. I'm just saying. Oh, I meant just spending. Yes. Yes. So are you not spending? Is that what you meant by no spacing out? Hmm? You know, my face is on some dollar bills. Y'all just don't, they don't come out to, common folk. Only certain people in a certain tax bracket have those bills, but, you know, I'm just saying. You feel like Stretch on Fantastic Four, play more. Oh, hilarious. Stretch was that wasn't the one who had the fire. I forget what he was called. Hold on, y'all. I accidentally pushed the wrong thing. And it took me back. Um, if I had 2A's money, I burn mine. I don't know what you would do if you had my money then. We've been saving money every chance we get. There you go, sis. Me too. I have been I'll be honest, I have been just living this past year. And we're not even through with 2025, but I'm reeling it in. Okay? But I was just living. I was going out, doing things, trying new things, going to places, new, showing up at new events, meeting people, networking and stuff like that. So money was spent. And I don't take it back. But then I was like, girl, you living a little too much. How about you just reel it in? You out here just living your best life. Living your best life. Hey, peace in my garden. How you doing? Happy Friday. Thank you. I didn't buy anything from the clothing department yesterday. I'm so proud of myself. And should be. And should be. I spend but really push to pay off within the month on big ticket items. Facts. I actually won't even buy big ticket items unless I could pay them off when my bill, because if I'm putting it on my credit card, yeah, it's got to get paid. I have to have the money before I even buy it. My first grandbaby is on the way. Congratulations. Seriously, it's nothing like it. I have one grandbaby, and listen, it is nothing like it. His little self will be at my house right after Thanksgiving. They'll be, him and my daughter are coming by on that Saturday because his dad is EMT, so he has to work. So they're going to come visit me on that Saturday. My daughter told me that I can buy some of the things I was buying at the baby shower registry. Listen, you know what though? Let me show you something unique. So remember I showed y'all this. This is my little wallet thing that I keep my envelopes in, that I keep my savings envelopes in for different stuff. So you see gifts there. If I move my finger, that one says gifts. And I have home improvement or home maintenance, car maintenance, stuff like that. Okay. This one says Bubba. That's what I call my grandson. So this is how Gigi, because he calls me Gigi, this is how Gigi buys Bubba stuff, because I do like to, something that I just like to do. My daughter and some, I'll say son-in-law, they're not actually married, but I'll say son-in-law, they've been together since forever. So they don't never ask for anything. They live pretty comfortable. However, I like to buy my grandsons clothes. So every fall, I go and buy clothes for the fall, winter. When spring rolls around, I buy clothes for the spring and summer. And I've been doing this since he was born. So now I put away in his envelope, and that's what I use to shop for baby boy when those times come around. And then sometimes he asks for something from Gigi, and I'm like, he can have that thing. It depends, because I'm not that person who just give you everything you want. But sometimes, like if he's doing really good at school or he's, not getting in trouble, Gigi might give him a little something extra. But yes, and usually the gifts is where the Christmas and stuff, if I get him something for that, comes from. And I don't buy a whole lot for that either. And my daughter is much like I am. We just don't buy a whole lot of items just to have stuff. I know Mama Shirley's granddaughters do for her. She's pregnant and she's about to have her second great grandbaby. Excuse me, second great grandbaby. So yes, congratulations. I haven't let go of some apps. Yes, I was using to watch shows. Y'all be paying attention to that. Not just the apps for shows. Are you members to channels that no longer exist? Because I have found that I was. Yeah, there's some people who have left the platform, but the page is still there. And I was a member to these channels, and they don't do content anymore. So, yeah, pay attention to that too. The apps, your streaming apps, and anything. That's where the budget book comes into like handy, because if you are budgeting exactly to everything that you pay for, everything, you won't miss those things. And even if you do, once it hits your account, you're like, wait, I don't even watch that anymore. Now you can take it off because you didn't have it in your budget, and now it's done cleared your account. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Because if you decide to get it back, then you can. I'm just gonna tell y'all a little secret. I don't know if they still do it, but they used to. Hulu used to run a Black Friday deal every year. Back in the day, I would get Hulu for like 99 cents a month for a year. And then when that year ended, I would delete the account and I would open up the next deal for that next year with another email account until I just stopped being that frugal. Because there wasn't no reason for me to be that frugal, but I am. That's why I look like money. Ugh. Then I just stopped doing it. But now I'm bundled. I think I have my Hulu is bundled with my Disney Plus or something. I think that's what they bundle with: ESPN, Disney, and Hulu. If you have Disney, you would know. I can't remember because I don't watch it as much. But yeah, definitely watch those little things that slide by. It is a different type of love, Jay. That's what I'm saying, y'all. Congratulations. It's different. And I love my girls, my children. But that grandbaby is different. It's different. And I think some of it is the fact that they're gonna be going back to their parents. Like you assist in those teachable moments and stuff like that. But like you don't have to do all of the heavy lifting because you done did yours. You just hope you taught yours enough to do it for with theirs. Because listen, but it's definitely a different kind of love. Hey, Precious, how you doing, sis? Happy Friday. Listen, while running errands, you be safe out there. I appreciate you, sis. Your daughter is doing February. Congratulations. My daughter won't give me no more. She was like, Ma, it ain't happening. She is dead serious about that. And I'd be like, girl, one more? I thought for sure, because I was the same way with her. I had my daughter when I was, let me think. I was 19. I was trying to think if I was 19 or 20, but I was 19 when I had her. So it was right before I turned 20. And I just remember like never again. I'm gonna have one, and I used to tell my mom the same thing, like, Mom, I'm not doing this again. Like, no, ma'am. I'm good. And I got into my later 20s, and I understood what people meant when they said that clock starts ticking, because I literally would have moments where I would be like, I can see myself having more babies. Like I wanted more babies. And I said plural. I stopped at one more because they expensive. But I wanted more after her, but I was like, not the way this stuff costs. Like when you actually paying for that baby, like there ain't no help out there. When I had my first one when I was 19, it was little. I was getting wick for her. I ain't getting none of that stuff when I had my second baby. Wick was like, "Girl, if you don't get out my face," and I tried. I was like, "What? I mean, it's rough out here." They're like, you ain't even close to me no income guidelines. You gonna be buying that formula." So that was my life. Have a good night, Tigsy. I appreciate you, sis. And I did also breastfeed with her, but I did both. And then when I got to a point where it was just too much working and stuff, so I just was it was formula. They are set up pretty well and don't want me to spoil the baby too much. That's why I buy the things that he needs. So I buy clothes. And his now my grandson, he only has Gigi. No, that's not true. He has Gigi, and then he has his Nana, which is my daughter's dad's mom. Those are the grandparents he has on my side, on my daughter's side, because my mother's gone, which I shared with you guys Sunday. So, and my grandmother and great grandmother, they're all gone. And on his dad's side, he has grandma, great grandma, and great great grandma. So he has lots of grandmas over there. So his grandma, his dad's mom, she always buys his shoes. I don't know if my daughter and son-in-law had to buy shoes for that baby or clothes. Like I buy clothes, she buys shoes. And between the other grandmother, ain't no telling what else he gets. So yeah, he don't want for nothing. But we don't spoil him either. So like those are necessities in life. But yes, I've been doing that for some years. This is not a new thing. Matter of fact, I want to see. Yep, I don't know when I started it, but I have a sticky in here from 2021. So that tells you it's been going. I've been doing this for quite some time. I don't even know what's all on this sticky, which is why I'm folding it. But I don't know if you can see. It says beginning 3/1/21 on the sticky. So at least it's been that far back, but it's been further than that. I don't remember when I started doing my envelopes. So I've been doing this for years. And yeah, my grandson was born in 19. So yeah, I had to think about that. Yes, he was born in 2019. But I've been doing this for quite some time. I even have one for my daughter. That hers is in front of him. I call her Moo. Everybody got nicknames. Shoot. Y'all know what it is. And my kids don't just have a nickname. They have multiple nicknames and they answer to all of them. And so does my grandson. Everybody gets nicknames. And they answer to them all. Oh, your ancestry. I used to have that membership. I only did the membership unique. I only did the membership when I was building my family tree. And that was because it just was a little easier through ancestry, because I was able to they would give me they would say, "Oh, we found this about your great uncle or your grandmother or your great grandmother," and I would be able to find like census reports very easily, death records, all that kind of marriage records, all that stuff. So once I got my family tree built with all the data that I wanted to know, child, I got rid of the membership because you don't need it really for nothing else. You could communicate with the people that it matches you up that you're related with. I get messages all the time from people who are like, hey, it says here that we're second cousins. I don't know, they live in such and such state and they're trying to connect how we're related. So I've done that a lot on there. You don't have to have a membership for that. So if you ain't trying to build a family tree, give her that membership. In my opinion, I had one years ago with them though. So it was great for that. You have 7 grandbabies. My son-in-laws are so great. Oh, and I can't ask anything better. 6 years and 6 girls and 1 boy. Great. Oh, I thrift a lot. Yes. Yes. Kids don't care about that. They don't care about that. Some of my grandson's Christmas presents when he was smaller was just stuff that I couponed for that I just still had. Hot Wheel cars, Hot Wheel tracks. Y'all wouldn't believe some of the stuff I used to coupon for. Like most people think food and toiletries and stuff. No, I coupon for anything, anything that was a deal. I was getting all kind of stuff. Hey, we are off the beaten path. How y'all doing? I don't know which one I'm talking to. I'm assuming this is Breezy. Let me know. But I appreciate you. More babies do equal more money, which is why I stopped. But the grandbabies is different. Like, it's just different. It is. Because if you know why they different, I ain't got the daycare. I ain't got the school fees and stuff like that. I ain't got to transport back and forth to like the events and stuff. The grandbabies don't require that much of me. Now, don't get me wrong. It's how that my daughter has to call and ask me to do something of that sort. Go to school, take him to school, go to a trip, whatever. I'm down for all that. But I'm not the main person for those things. Those are the parents, the parentals. That's what I call them. His parentals. That's their job. I'm Nana and I call her Gigi. Oh! Stand for great granddaughter. I always say mine is Gigi is Grandma Gina. Plus, it just fit because I have friends who call me Gigi. I have friends that call me just G. And then, I have friends that call me Gina. But most people don't call me Gina. They call me G or Gigi. Yep. Most people and they just naturally do that. They don't hear other people say it. People always just shorten me to G or Gigi. I always have. I love it. You had your daughter at 19. The struggle was real. Man, listen. It was. I'm sure I'm just trying to make up for being broke when she was a baby. Probably. I didn't stay broke long. I don't know. I am very driven. Like getting pregnant at 19 wasn't the plan, but it never felt like a setback either. It just felt like a temporary pause for me, even when I was going through it. And probably by the time it was actually right before she turned 3. I was back at it at where I wanted to be, work wise, income wise, things like that. I was right back where I wanted to be at the time. So yeah, I think I took 9 months off after I had her from working. And I went back to work when she was 9 months. And even when I went back then, though, I was part-time. What I was doing, I was working part-time as a secretary. And that was temporary. I was working part-time, going to school part-time. And then probably, so it would have been like 2 years. Yeah, because it was right before she turned 3. So 2 years later, I was back in where I wanted to be at. And I just been going full throttle since then. I don't play. Like, I was like, nope. Mm-mm. Have a good one. You didn't tell me who it is. Is it Kush or is it Breezy? You do. So you work on your family tree and help others build theirs. We just worked on ours. Like me and one of my elder cousins did it. And we like had a whole family meeting to share what we found because we were able to find all the way to my great, great, great grandparents. And I was also able to find that my both of them were slaves. I was able to find paperwork that showed that. Yeah. And it's still in my family tree because if you have ancestry, you know when you find information, they pop up like these little leaves, and you can save that information to your tree. So if you have a public tree, other family members can find that stuff, and it helps them kind of connect the dots as well. Now, mind you, the tree that I worked up was on my mother's side, is so because I don't know as much about my father's side, even though my parents, yes, I grew up in a two-parent home, parents that are married and stuff. So, but beyond my father's parents, I just didn't know the rest of anyone else. I knew my grandparents, of course, all my aunts and uncles and stuff, but that was it. I didn't know their parents and stuff because they weren't living, I don't think, at the time I was coming up. So I didn't know any of them. So I don't know. My grandparents were gone before I could ask questions to know names and kind of search back. And yeah, so I do know a lot about my mother's side because I was always around them. And it's a lot of them. My great grandparents had, no. My great great grandparents had 15 children, 14 of their own, and they adopted one. So yeah. So just imagine 15 children, and the only one who didn't have kids was the adopted one. So their 14 kids all had kids. Mm-hmm. It's a big family. It's a big family. I love doing genealogy. It's fun. It's fun stuff. I was trying to build my family tree, but only have the info from my mother's side. Me as well. Me as well, Sam. You gun pie? Is that what they call you? That's funny. I always be wondering what the grandpas want to be called, like Pop or Papa, different stuff. Even the grandmas, like my friends that are my age, there's one that her grandchildren call her Queenie. One of them, her grandchildren call her Honey. So I'm like, people come up with different stuff. Gigi just was natural for me because I already called that. And to me, it just flowed, Gigi. And because he has so many living grandmothers, I was like, mine, I'm just going to do Gigi. Then we ain't got to fight over the grandmas and the grannies and the whatevers. Plus, I ain't nobody's granny. But yeah, I love it. They even got my shirts made. Oh, that is so sweet. And I bet you nobody else is called that. That's like very unique. That is so sweet. Glamour, I've heard glamour. I've heard glamour. I'm always like intrigued with the different ones. Like my one that friend that hers is Queenie. I'm like, that's different. Don't know where it came from. That's very different for something to call your grandmother. But you know, that's what she wants her grandchildren to call her. And even my friend with Honey, I think it was one of the mothers, one of her grandkids' mothers who came up with Honey. So, and she spells it Hunni, Honey. So interesting. Calls you Graham. I love it. My daughter used to call my oldest, she used to call my mom Ganny because she couldn't say the R. Don't ask me why. She could say words that started with R all the time. I think she intentionally left the R off, to be quite honest. because all the other grandkids, and she is like one of the youngers of the grandchildren. Because my older brother is 7 years older than me, so he has 7 years ahead of me to have kids. Okay, and he has a lot of them, right up in the ballpark of 13 by himself. But all of them call her Granny, and my daughter comes along and calls her Ganny. And she did not allow nobody else to call her Ganny that. Nobody could call her that. One of my nieces tried to do that once, and she said, that's your granny. That's my Ganny. I'm like, girl. So I think it was some intent in why she called her that. We had a lot of stories, and I wanted to see, yes, if they were true. I have over 20K people on my tree. Oh, my. And I'm descended from 3 and 20 some. Wow. 20K? No. Mine don't go that far. Honestly, though, I only wanted to know more the history. So the ones that I grew up around, they are not on the tree. So my mom's first cousins, kids, they ain't on that tree. Them look, I could call them. I know who they is. I'm very familiar with them folks. I wanted to know beyond that. So I started, of course, with my mom and her sister and built it up from there. So then to her parents, and then her mom's siblings, and then her dad siblings, and then their parents, siblings, parents, and just went up that way. You're a librarian? Really? Oh, that's dope. Have you visited any of the places that your ancestors are from? Like, some of the places where from at a time where there's a book that had to be signed when they came into those particular places. We actually did that as a family, where it's not our, because these are my elder cousins that when I say ours, and it's their grandparents and my great grandparents. But we were able to find like where they got married and where they lived at when they got married before they moved here. They did move here and raise their kids where I live at now. So all of my cousins, just about, unless they grew up and decided to move to a different state, live here even now. I'm around a lot of family in this city. A lot of them. That is dope, though. But my mom still lives on the family land in Virginia. A lot of my ancestors are from Virginia. Yes. 1600s, that's awesome. Yes. The furthest I was able to find out from another family member research was 1800s. I'm so jealous. Yes. I don't think I went back to the 16 either. I think I might be in the 17 though. I think. Look, don't make me start looking at that stuff. Because I do still have the app, but I haven't pulled it up for a while, so I know if I try to pull it up, it's gonna ask for a password. And why don't y'all just keep me logged in? Because I promise you, what I'm gonna forget on a daily in my life is a password from who knows when. Hold on, do I not have the app anymore? Oh, I don't think I do. Let me search. What is it called? Ancestry. I might have taken it off. No, I still got it. But yeah, I told you. This is why they just don't let me be great. Now, why would I know that? I don't remember. I'll do that another time. I ain't been in there forever. Look who decided to join us this evening. An hour and 5 minutes into the live. Wow. Don't yell at me. I know I'm late, but I got a good reason. Just leaving the range is your good reason. Unacceptable. You schedule your range time around my life. Hey, Mr. BS. Maybe I should do gardening and genealogy content. Yes. Genealogy is, if you're into it, I was. When I tell you, and I didn't even know what I had one of my elder cousins who was just as into it as I was. I can't remember how I think I was talking to another cousin and she was like, oh, you know that, she got a lot of the information as well. And I'm like, really? She was like, yeah, you need to call her. So I called, my cousin, and she was like, we're sharing like what we have. She's like, let's get the family together. Cause a lot of the family wanted to know what we found. And she's like, let's get the family together. Y'all could all come to my house and we'll go over everything we have and share it with everybody and blah, blah, blah. Cause a lot of my family has done the ancestry. I know people are very weird about ancestry, and I can't remember what the other one is called, where you could do your genealogy because they're like, you're giving your DNA to this database, blah, 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 blah. Listen, I done been to the hospital more times than I can count and had children. They got my DNA somewhere. Okay. I ain't worried about it. I ain't out here committing crimes that I'm gonna tell y'all about. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah. Mm-mm. Hey J3, how you doing? Happy Friday. But yeah, I don't worry about that kind of stuff personally, but that's just me. I'm not everybody. However, most of my family has done it as well. It was a special event. What kind? What was you doing? What did you shoot? Share. Since you want 23andMe, that's the one. You did that one too? I did not. I have thought about doing the African one to find out more about more the specific information about that part of my DNA. So I am like 70 something percent African and the rest is European. So it's funny because those are usually like I have a lot of people who come up that I'm matched with that are in European countries. And I want to find out more about that part of my DNA. I know where it comes from, closer to what I know. Like my great great grandfather was Hungarian. So I did know that. And I have found like his birth certificate. I found the marriage certificate with him and my grandmother, who is an African woman, African American woman, I guess you can say, because I think she was born in the U.S. in America. It was her great grandparents that were brought over here, if you would say. And we actually did find the documents for that. I found documents from uncles and stuff that served in the war in the military, were part of different wars. One of my uncles, I'm pretty sure from what I read in the death certificate, was one that probably passed from syphilis, so part of that era. Mm-hmm. But we were able to find out a lot of stuff. It's very interesting if you're into that kind of stuff. It really is. And I say do it as a family. And it's not that expensive to have Ancestry. Back when I had, I think it was $20 a month, but we budget, we want to look like money, right? I want to know what part of Africa my dad's ancestors came from. Yes. They will give you, if it's in your DNA, it will come up. I mean, Ancestry has gotten to the point where when I first did it, and it's been a while, it was pretty general. So it would say Ghana or um, South Africa or whatever. It would tell you different regions, but it wouldn't get really down into the information of the regions. They started doing that within the last 5 years, getting a little more in depth, and it updates all the time. So if you go on there, you'll see like different more specific data about tribe and all that when it comes to it. So it just depends on the percentages from each one. So yeah, it just depends. But it's pretty interesting. I thought about the African one, but my metronome gene isn't that okay. India, so doing a lot. Yeah, yeah. And I also was told because it was like even with the European, you're going most Africans that African European is not odd for you to have that in your line. Just so you know, if your ancestors are from that continent, it is their neighbors, honey. There is not that odd. And most people, like even that you meet now, you'll hear how um their parents may have met and moved to Europe, or the mother may have or father may have met a European man or woman and moved there. Most times they don't stay in Africa; they'll move to the European areas because I think they are less racist. I guess you can say is what I'm thinking. They were less brutal about the mixing of races. However, they were shunned as well because I know my grandfather was my great grandfather. His family disowned him for marrying my great grandmother. So yeah. Oh, you have your 85-year-old grandma to get DNA done. Nice. That's dope. Yeah, slavery. That was a real thing, y'all. It was a real thing. And even when it came down generations, like my great grandmother, she was not a slave. I do remember her telling me stories, though, as a little girl, that she did remember when it ended. So I think it may have been still happening when she was very, very young. However, even then, the girls typically worked for people. So they cleaned houses and stuff like that at a very young age. And it showed up on the census reports, like they would be very young. And it would show like their occupation as, cook or clean, housekeeping, I think is what it was saying, things like that. So that was very interesting. The boys usually had jobs working in the I was going to say fields, but basically that's what they were doing. So they will be working outside and working with the animals or whatever, the gardens or whatever. And it would list their jobs as such. And I mean, it's very young men. I'm talking about kids like 10, 9, 10, 11 with occupations. Yes. And I'm not even talking about ancient census. These ain't even that old. This is like early 19s, late 18s, early 19s. And it's like, yeah. So, yeah, that was interesting. And everybody worked because you had to bring in stuff so the family could eat and, survive. But yeah, it's interesting once you go down that rabbit hole, y'all. I told you I'm layers and layers of so much different stuff that catches my attention and, causes me to take deep dives into that information. So yeah. Hold on, y'all. Okay. I'm telling y'all to hold on. Y'all so quiet tonight. Since we talking about money, y'all, I don't think y'all ever this quiet. When we in here talking, we talk about money, everybody quiet. Why y'all so quiet? I ain't gonna ask y'all for no money. I might. No, I'm not gonna ask y'all for no money. That I'm not gonna do. I just see where Nightbot put up TT's channel. Y'all, TT did a video with her practicing with her bow. Oh, her crossbow. It was dope. I just saw it today. It was really dope. Mine is because of the autism. That's why I have 3 master's degrees, all three totally different areas. I get it. I get it. I'm an autism mom, so I get it. Look, y'all be the smartest people, just geniuses for no reason. Some of that girl's vocabulary, since she's been able to talk, is ridiculous. Like she would say stuff to us. I'm like, who taught her that? I don't even use that word. Like her, still to this day, vocabulary just beyond my own. And I'd be like, what does that mean? Because you use the words I don't even use. And who taught you that? Where did you hear it? And why do you know how to use it properly? Tell me. So I get it. And nothing's wrong with that. Having degrees in multiple areas. Even if you ain't using none of them, you ain't going to lose the knowledge you gained. Genius for no reason. That's what my boyfriend says about me. Heck. Mm-mm. Are you one of those people that just like Joe Va? Joe Va is like that. He has a wealth of knowledge. Are you one of those people who has knowledge on like almost every conversational piece? I have stories about a lot of conversational pieces. I don't know if that would count that as knowledge. I just done lived a lot in my abundance of 48 years. So yeah. That's all that is. Y'all, another thing that y'all need to create envelope for is these garden seeds and these garden plants and these garden planters. But your garden stuff, because you think you're buying stuff now, wait till the spring rolls around and everybody's excited about growing. And all the seed stores are having sales, and all the plant stores are showing you the new trees, or you're riding past the big box store and you're seeing the trees outside. Go ahead and start saving now, so that when those deals come around, you don't have to feel guilty when you start spending money. Put that money away now. I'm loving knowledge on a bunch of random topics. I meet people like that. It's always interesting to me how people just have like detailed knowledge about all these random topics. Like whatever those interests are of yours, that's usually the stuff that just you maintain in your mind. I have a one of our staff attorney at my job. She remembers like almost every case that we deal with in details. Like I was talking to her about a case yesterday, and she said, "Oh yeah, that's the one that blah blah." I said, "How do you know this? Like I'm. Why do you keep that information in your head?" I remember the difficult ones, or sometimes it's just unique ones, but just randomly no, mm-mm. No. People come to my office like, remember that case I asked you about last week? No, because I've talked about a lot of cases since last week. So give me some more data. Like talk more, say more things, so until I realize which case you're talking about. Because what? I don't even remember talking to you last week, let alone about a case. Y'all, it's too much stuff be happening. My brain cannot retain that much information. You waiting on Menards that has you don't even see this. See, Psalm You just have a problem. You, Mike, Mama Shirley, I just want the seeds, all the seeds, and nothing but the seeds. Y'all got problems. Y'all got problems. But if you put away for your addiction, then I won't fuss at you about it. But you got to start saving for it now. That's all I'm saying. Mr. BS, did you tell me what you were shooting today? I feel like you didn't. Child, first of all, that is me every day, multiple. She said last week. I'm going to tell y'all what she said because I feel like nobody is reading the chat. So I'm going to repeat this because I'm like, ma'am, I feel offended. She said last week, I don't remember what I came out of a room 5 minutes ago for. So she had a moment where she walked out of a room into another room and forgot why she walked into that other room. That is my life. What is you talking about? I wake up doing that. I go to bed doing that. Like, what are we talking about here? I am offended that you only had this occurrence one day last week. Child, I'm going to walk out of here after the live and tell myself that I want to do something on my way to getting in my pajamas from all this. And I'm still going to forget what that thing is. I'm preemptively letting y'all know that because that's going to be a real thing. And I'm not even going to care. I'm not, because I'm like, you know what? It's going to come to me at some point. Hey, Passion, how you doing? Happy Friday. Uh-oh. What'd you say, Rachel? My savings is gone. I know it is, sis. We talked about it, but still, I'm going to do that. So help me, God. I will be buying. See? Mama Shirley start, but I already know you do. You own it because we talked as well. So I already know you saving. Oh, you're driving. Okay. I'm sorry. Be safe out there. I didn't realize you were still driving. I have already purchased seeds for seedmas. You know what? I didn't purchase seeds. So what I did is I went through all my cases because I can always got seeds to share. Like I harvest seeds. So I put them in like little baggies and just label what it is. This is just some carrots. But I harvest them. This is some purple bell pepper seeds. And I went through them all and I put them into one of those cases and I labeled it Seedmas, or I think I labeled it giveaway. And so I got all the seeds ready for Seedmas that I'm going to give away. Because I already know that most likely there's going to be a big live to kick it off. And, usually if you're not even aware of what Seedmas is, and you're in the chat like, what the heck is Seedmas? Okay, so Seedmas is something that Broke Farmer, who is a garden YouTuber, put together as a way to kick off the community being able to trade or just share seeds with each other. So a lot of times you're, looking to grow something that maybe you don't have seeds for, or you're just, like, hey, if there's something out there somebody wants to share, that's a seed that maybe everybody isn't growing, gives me something new to try, send me seeds. So, or if I'm new to the garden community and I just don't have seeds yet, whatever the thing may be. And we just share seeds, and usually it's kicked off with a big live, and Broke will usually reach out to some of the creators and see if they want to be a part of the live and give away seeds. So I think last year it might have been like 8 or 9 of us that came on and gave away like a bunch of seeds within the community. And then I usually get people who email me or reach out to me and say, hey, do you have seeds for XYZ? And if I do, I send them out. And usually what I do is I'll just say it on my live, like, hey, if you got seeds for this item, you don't mind sharing, hit your girl up. Because I be looking for seeds too sometimes. And I'm like, I'm not buying seeds no more. That ain't what I'm doing. Oh, yeah, I read that one. It's a symptom of the perimenopause. No, it's just me. Because I've been doing this for so long. That's why I'm like, girl, but I know what you're saying. It is for you a symptom. That's probably why you only do it once. Child, this is who I am. I'm so used to it now. It don't bother me. I do that every room I walk in. That part. After menopause, it's way worse. Wow. Hey TLC, how you doing? Happy Friday. Hey Lupus Gardner, how you doing? Happy Friday. Welcome in. I love that. I'm gonna have to. Do you do content, Lupus Gardner? If you do, if you're anyone, because there's a Passion is new to the chat too. That's a new name for me. If you do content, if you're a content creator, if you type GVG, like Gina versus Gina, GVG in the chat, it will drop your channel link. And then we could go check you out and see what you're doing over there. I have several cousins who are living with lupus, so I know that is not easy at times. So, especially being out in that garden, when you're having I'll call it a crisis, because a lot of times that's what they do. They call it. So yeah, welcome in. I appreciate both of y'all for coming in and hanging out. I'm not usually this crazy. So because I was doing Frugal Friday, I felt like I would cut up and wear my little fur-ish fur-ish jacket and look like money. And I had it clipped up, but it was making me hot, so I opened it up. Got my diamonds in my. They're not real, but you ain't got to be judging me. It's all for the Frugal Friday. Yeah, I'm not rolling my eyes at y'all. I saw a comment that I haven't gotten to yet. This is only my second year doing CMIS. Hey, but it's gonna be a good time. I don't remember saying that word, fam, but no. No, not. I just realized what you, sir. Seed, SEED, miss, MAS. Stop playing with me. I'm done. Thank you for that broke farmer commercial moment. I'm wondering if any of the people are growing. I am not, but I am this year. You sent me some. I had not started it though. I am going to try to germinate that. I'm going to try to germinate it in the hydroponic, because I don't know. Because I'm assuming, like most big seeds like that, the real seed is inside of there. Am I right about that? Yeah. Really, fam? You new to the channel? Welcome in. It's funny how everybody here knows who you are. What's that? What was the guy's name on Cheers where everybody knew him when he came in? They knew a couple people when they came in. He don't have a channel. All right. Well, welcome in nonetheless. But you do garden, I'm assuming. So that's what it's about. This year, I hope my garden is bountiful as my TV screen is. And I was all into the comment. Y'all, you know what? Y'all be cutting up. Because they be going over my head for a minute, then it clicks what y'all doing. I see what you did there. Terrible. My mom and several cousins have lupus. Yes. 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 I look like $1 million. Thank you. Thank you. Well, that makes more sense. I bet it do. Hey, delightful roots. How you doing, sis? You got to let me know you in the bushes today. I appreciate you nonetheless. You have to let me know when you actually get. No, it's not you. It's not you. It's somebody else who's getting it, but you might be too. But it's somebody else I'm thinking of that's getting a freeze dryer, and I'm like, I want to know when she actually gets it. I wish some of y'all live closer. God dang. But I probably get on y'all nerves, and then y'all have a restraining order. So there's that. It runs in your family, yeah. Most things do. People don't realize it, like how much most things run through a family outside of the things that people always think about, like diabetes and high blood pressure and stuff. I have a lot of cousins, and it's that have fibromyalgia, and it's really within that particular house that I don't want to say house, but that family. So it goes from the great grandmother, which was my great aunt, to the grandmother, to the mom, to this, and apparently it's only affecting the women on that within that family, but all the way down to my cousin that's me and her like within the same age group, and it wasn't until she had it that it had become a thing where doctors were finally putting a name to it, because before that, her mom and her grandmother and her great grandmother, they were none of them were diagnosed with having that particular thing. It was like they couldn't figure out why these women were having pain, and they couldn't find the reason for it. So yeah, it's funny. And now they telling them that it's a hereditary thing. So if your mother has it, you're more likely to have this. With that, my cousin was told, and she does have it. I don't know if her daughter does yet. Have she shown any signs of it? But yeah, I've got no idea because I've never grown it either. Yeah, but there's only one way to find out facts. I'm also going to try. I told you I'm trying to germinate some of those pomegranate seeds from the pomegranate I got from Jay. If I get them seeds to germinate, I might have seeds of that. I might actually go ahead and get some seeds ready just to share. And it's, good luck to you to germinate them, because this is something new to me. So I don't, but I still will be willing to share some seeds. And this variety was sweet and not tart, and it was delicious. Have three raised beds is a struggle most of the time, but it's good therapy and so rewarding. Facts. Facts. And you just gotta keep, you know what to do. Like I said, I have cousins living with it, and I know every day is not easy, but every day ain't bad either. So, you know. Hey Sylvia, how you doing? Happy Friday. Your aunt has lupus and fibro. Ugh. Your mom has had MS. Yeah. The fibromyalgia is just so uniquely different. It's just not saying to anything else, but just to me, like I remember my cousin one time, she had just stopped by to see me, the one that's my age. And well, she's a little young. She's quite some years younger than me, but I always say my age. Um, at that time I still had my dog. And like I had a black lab, and she went to just walk by between us, and her tail just brushed, not even hard, just kind of lightly brushed across my cousin's leg, and she literally got paralyzed. Like her body stiffened up so bad, and she was like, I was like fussing because I thought maybe because she gets excited would get excited when people came. So I thought maybe she popped her with her tail, like with it wagging. And she said, no, 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 she didn't do anything. She's like, it's just that. the littlest thing just kind of sometimes when she's having her moments with it, her bouts with it, the pain just radiates from just the slightest air hitting it can just cause this extreme pain to run through her body. And she just was like, kind of, you know how you would breathe if you stump your toe or something, you're trying to breathe into it through it to that pain just subside. That's how she was doing. And I'm like, I could not imagine. I couldn't imagine what she's going through. I'm convinced that endometriosis may be hereditary. It probably is. It probably is. Did you know that if you're a woman who had preeclampsia with your pregnancy, your daughters are likely to also deal with preeclampsia with their pregnancies? I found that out. I had it with my daughter, and she had it when she had my grandson. Yep. As a nurse, it really floored me. Never thought I'd be in this state of health. Fibromyalgia seems to automatically occur with autoimmune disease. Really, I seriously wonder regarding hair products, fat food. I agree. I agree. You know what's funny, Lupus Gardner? The cousin that I'm speaking of is a nurse. She's also a nurse. She's actually a traveling nurse. Currently, she's been doing the traveling nursing nurse stuff. So she's currently doing an assignment in Illinois. She's actually in Illinois right now. She's been there for actually probably like almost 3 years. But she's done a lot of locations. She did Hawaii for like a year. She's done other states, Wisconsin, and just she's been a lot of places. But she's a nurse as well, and that I think it helped her also to understand what she's dealing with a little more too. That is awesome, though. I mean, not what your body is putting you through, but that you're a nurse. I love that. Amen to that, Lupus Gardner. I'm with you on the hair products too. Facts. Look, that's why your sis is natural. These are just locks. That's why I went natural a long time ago. Not so much because of that, but I will tell you, I felt a difference after that. And I was one of those people who did the big chop because I did have relaxed hair. So transitioning from relaxed to natural, if you've done it, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, it ain't fun because you'll have, if you're usually your natural hair is going to have a different texture than the relaxed hair that's been processed multiple times. So my natural hair is very curly, and I mean very curly. I have a very strong curl pattern, and so it would be like it would look really thick and I don't know, poofy, I guess, up top, and then look thin at the bottom because of the perm. So one day I just got sick of that. I was like, that's not the look I'm going for, and I just chopped it off. And I did the big chop. I was like really short hair, and it just looked like I looked like I had a little curly bro, and I loved it. I loved it. So I get women who wear like very short hair or even go bald. There is a liberation to your hair not having a chokehold on you. So yeah, I get it because I loved my TWA, and I have not put chemicals in my hair since then. Not interested. And that's why I like growing my food. And one day, if possible, I'll be raising my own, meat if I could, because I agree. I think it's in the stuff that they're putting into us. They're providing for us to put into us. How about that? Because they're not really putting it in us. So, yep, TLC. That's what they told me when my daughter had it. That's what the doctor said, that if you have it, it's very likely for your daughter to have it, her daughter to have it if she has girls, Yeah, and she did. Now, for me, the upside is it didn't cause me to have her early. Not really. I had her 2 weeks early, but not early like that. My grandson was literally 2 months early. When he was born, I think he was 2 pounds, 1 ounce. Mhm. Yeah, he was tiny, but he came out breathing on his own, strong. He never had to be like really incubated. He was in a NICU because they have to get their weight up. So they were feeding him through a tube to get his weight up, and stuff like that. But yeah, he was tiny. Really? Is that so? Preeclampsia may also be a factor for hypertension later in life. Interesting. I hope not. Good Lord. It does make sense, but I didn't know that either. Um, Gestational diabetes can end up later turning into diabetes after birth. Facts. Facts. Now, with my second child, I did a midwife, and they had diagnosed me as gestational. I think I was like my fasting was like 90, it was like 94, 93, 94, something like that. And they were saying that but my midwife was like, she was at that time, they had just changed the number. And that, because she was like, before that, I would not have been considered gestational. But my problem with pregnancy, I was telling somebody that today because this every time I hear about somebody being pregnant, they share with me how someone's appetite increases during pregnancy. I am not her. My problem is I don't eat. Nothing sounds good to me. I have zero appetite. I was like, why can't they flop that? Like, why? I'll take the appetite for pregnancy and give me the no after. But both of my girls, no appetite. I don't even bring me my favorite thing because I'm gonna be emotional and upset because that thing makes me want to throw up. The thought of eating it makes me want to gag. That was me, and I was sad. I was sad. So I don't. I'm that person who does not have. I don't know if there's a name to that or not, but I do not have an appetite when I eat. Hey, Jamaica, how you doing, sis? Happy Friday. It did unique. Your gestational became really. You did the big chop and loved it too. Listen, Sylvia. Listen, I did the big chop in 2011. So this is all from 2011 to now. And I did it twice because when I got locks, my hair was definitely not this long. It was long for somebody getting locks. Um, Luckily, the loctician I have, she was just a few years into doing locks. She took me on. She didn't charge me more just because my hair was longer. Excuse me. She didn't do any of that, which was great because most locticians would have, because I did not have short hair when I got it. But it has grown so much since then, and I'm 3 years in to locks. But I did do it once again before I got locks. I cut it off a lot. And then, I don't know, y'all probably never noticed it, but I do not have hair on the sides at all. Both of my sides are shaved. And so it's the back of my head. So it just doesn't look like it because I have so much hair. It just still looks like if I wear it down, you would never know. And that's why I don't have hair on the sides and the back because I got too much goddamn hair and my hair is very thick. And I hate having that much on my head. It's hot. So yeah, that's how you felt about your hair too. It was so long and luxurious. Yes. But you just shaved it off. Wow, it was liberating, wasn't it? It's 100% what they feed us. Facts, Flossin. And that's facts. You didn't do the big chop. I'm telling you, it was liberating for me. I promise you. My first was term, middle was 35 weeks, and last was 33 weeks. Wow. My first was, girl, both of mine was term basically, because my second one came the day after her due date. Actually, 2 days after her due date, which was a blessing at the time because I got sick right around my due date. The day of my due date, I was praying. I promise y'all, I prayed that entire day that God did not let that baby come that day because my body was weak. I felt horrible. I had come down with a cold. I was like, I don't have the strength to get her out. I can't. Please don't let her come that day. And she didn't. She came 2 days later. I gained 5 pounds when my granddaughter was pregnant. She didn't want to eat alone. Oh, I probably gained that with my second pregnancy. I didn't gain much weight at all. I gained less than 20 pounds with her. Like I said, I don't eat. I did try though, because I didn't want to have preeclampsia with her. I did not have preeclampsia with her. It was a smoother everything with her. And like I said, I had a midwife, so I didn't even do an epidural for birthing. I did it natural, and I do it again, but not anymore. uh oh, you was eating enough for five? I was eating out that big yellow blockbuster bowl. Wow. No appetite here. Hey, Miss Maria, how you doing? Happy Friday. Thank you. Did she start with twist? She did. She asked though, you could start different ways, but mine did start with 2-strand twist. Yes, ma'am. And I think it took just about 2 years before they actually locked. So for those who've never had locks, like when you first get them, they don't consider them locked until they are locked to the end. So they, every time you go, it's like they lock it from the root, and then as your hair grows, it just continues to lock. But like when they're twist, you'll see them separate a lot of times when you're going through the process. These are locked now, so they don't do that anymore. So yeah. But I started with twist. Did she use the needle and lock it? You lock it through your reties. So every time you go to get your new grow lock to they call them reties, but they just are locking it back from the root. So it's not you don't see that new grow. Yeah. She uses a tool. I don't know what her tool is now because she changed it. She goes to those like lock conventions and stuff, and they learn how to use different tools and stuff like that. But yeah, but she does. She just puts it through, rotates it. You go. I think you go 3, 6, 9, 12. You always end at 12, whatever. I've been told it because I did used to do reties for myself a couple times, but I am not. I like peeling garlic. I feel like doing my own hair is ghetto because I'm not. That's not my zone of genius. I'm not a beautician. I'm gonna let them have that as long as I can afford to let them have it. If mine recovers from alopecia, I will do the big chop and just go natural. I went through the same thing in 2023. Yes, Lupus Gardner. I follow a influencer. She goes by that chick Angel. She's a comedian, actress, blah 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 blah. But she shares her journey with that as well. She's natural now, and I don't know if she did the chop or not. I don't remember, but she was dealing with alopecia, and I can't remember. She shared like how she was able to naturally, get her hair to grow back and grow in healthy and thick and all those things. I would do research on that because that probably is what she did, because I know she at one time was going to doctors and stuff, and then I think she went more of a natural way that she found. I can't remember all the details, but I remember her being very open and sharing that. And there's a lot of people who probably have. who deal with that. That has not been my a thing for me. My thing is usually this hair is just thick. It's thick, y'all. And I know people be like, I would love it if I had thick hair. That's until you do. I was talking to somebody about, and I told you I have stories about everything. But I was talking to somebody about this. Oh, it was my loctician. She was saying that she's getting new clients that other locticians won't take on because they have thick hair. And I told her, I've said, I'm not shocked about that because before I went natural, when I had relaxed hair and I would go to the beauticians to get my hair done, some beauticians would not do my hair because it was so thick. They would be intimidated by it. Like, they'd be like, what am I going to do with that? Like, your hair is thick. It's not going to style up, blah, 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 blah. And then I would find like beauticians who weren't intimidated by that, and they would have me laid. Okay. So some people just, they are comfortable doing a certain type of hair than others. But it what the she was telling me is that, they walk away from people who won't take them on as a client because of that, feeling discouraged, feeling embarrassed, and things like that. And I said, that was me. I remember in high school being that way. There was people who would not touch my hair because they were like, your hair is too thick. Like, you can't finger waves. No, your hair's too thick for that. French roll, I had all that. The lady who did my hair, I was getting all the any style somebody else could get, I could get. But the person just has to be comfortable with doing that hair. But it can be discouraging when someone isn't comfortable with it and they make it seem like what you're dealing with is like burdensome. It does make you feel a kind of way, especially if you're young. Like being a teenager and my friends being able to go get their hair done and beauticians not wanting to do mine, I definitely felt the way. So it's great having thick hair until it's not. That's what I'll say, all that to say that. I did away with the perm, then the big chop, and just like you went into the locks. Yep, same thing. I wore it natural for many years before I did locks, though. Many years. I just used to do like when it got longer from the big chop, I would just pull it back into a puff. So I mostly wore it in a puff all the time. I rock rough and stuff with my Afro puffs. But I loved it nonetheless. And it never was straight because my hair is so curly. So it would always be wavy. I'm like, it wouldn't act right. Even with locks, my locks are not like some people's locks because my hair is so curly. So even when I get new grow, it's like little curly sprigs that come up and whatnot. And I remember when I first got them, I was like, when is it gonna stop doing that? I hated it. And she was like, trust the process. You're gonna get there, trust the process. And probably a year into my locks, it stopped being a big thing. Like usually when I start seeing little curly hairs popping and stuff, it's time to get a retie. So it don't bother me the same. But it used to be like a week or two after I got my dang on hair locked. Drove me crazy. You've watched them do it. It's a lot. Like a little needle. It is sometimes, but there's different tools. Trust me, because the one I have is like that big, and it's not a needle, and it's a tool that because that shit Journey does sister locks. She's a sister loctician, and so she had the tool. The tool I have, she gave me because that's what she uses. And it's about this big. The one my loctician uses is bigger. It's a longer tool. And she has this thing on her wrist that she like it hangs on. And I don't know how I look when I'm getting my hair done, I'm getting there. It's not my job to see what she's doing. It's just my job to be still and allow her to do her work. She is the artiste. So I just let her do it. I couldn't tell you the first of how it is done when she does it. I'd be so relaxed. How do you get twists to stay in place? I tried once, but it just kept unraveling. Yeah. My hair's thick. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Because even before I got locks, I used to wear my hair in two strand twists all the time. I would just when I would wash my hair, I would part it out and do twists and wear that as a style all the time. I think it's because my hair was so thick. But they still unraveled a little bit. And then when I would go back for a retie, because it'd be locked at the roots, but it wouldn't be a complete lock all the way down. But so when I would go back, she just retwisted the part that unraveled, and then she run it through to lock it back to the roots. And as you go, after time, eventually it's a complete lock. Yep. I found you have to gel and form a foam to get them to stay. On natural hair, I can see that. I didn't do either. When I tell y'all my hair care routine was so basic, people will always be like, "What do you do to your hair?" Before this was before locks. What do you do to your hair? It's so beautiful. Shampoo, conditioner, and I would use like the oils, like the African oils and stuff in it, and that's it. I might now if I when I pulled it back into the puff, I would use the Echo Styler gel, the olive oil one, the green container, and that's it. I went through so much products trying to find my natural hair care thing because I was watching all the tubers that did the natural hair and they would show how they would twist their hair and wear the twist outs and this is that. Have y'all seen that one girl? She's a young girl and she's trying to flat iron her hair. And then every time she flat ironed it, the little end of it was trying to flip up and it was driving her crazy. That would be me trying any product, any style that these people would be doing with their hair to make it look amazing. And my hair would look like, girl, you have lost. We're not doing that. It would look like we're not doing that. That's what it would look like. And it would irritate my soul. And then I just stopped buying that stuff because I was spending money on products. If y'all natural, y'all know those products is not cheap. Mm-mm. No, ma'am. I went natural, afro, and now all silver. Yes, for the past 30 years. Yes. I twist mine. My niece is a beautician. Oh, nice. And told me what to use. Listen, that stuff don't be working for me. My hair do not like it. Even now, as a natural girl, I don't put nothing in here. Mm-mm. I wash it. I might, and it's only in the wintertime because it dries out a lot more. I might put some oil in it on my roots. I might. That's as good as it gets. I was so clueless, assuming that I was going to be able to do it without any products. Sometimes, um, it depends on that hair texture. I'm like a 4C, so this hair be doing. Yeah. How often do I have to retie? Right now I'm at 7 weeks. I was at 8 weeks. And I started doing them myself, trying to save money. And she had to fix so much. So since I've been going back to my loctician, I started at 6 because it's based on how often you go. Let me just back up. How often you go for reties depends on how quickly your hair grows. That's what it depends on. Because you need, in order for them to retie, you got to have some new growth for them to tie. So, and they want a nice amount because they want to be able to do at least a full rotation, which is 4. So, they base it on that. So when I went my last time, which I just got it done last week, last Saturday. So she put me at 7 weeks on my next one. And she was like, if you come back next at 7 weeks, and I might end up changing you just to 8 and have you at 8 weeks. 8 is the longest I've ever usually gone. So 2 months. And every 2 months, depending on the lactation, you're probably going to pay anywhere between probably like 125 to 200, probably is more your average range, based on the lactation. And usually the lactations, it's going to depend on how good they are, how fast they are. I should say how good they are, how fast they are, and things like that, to how much they charge you. That'd be you, sleep. Hey, Ro, how you doing, sis? Happy Friday. Ro, where were you? We were talking all things budget. And I know you on your budget stuff. Yeah, it started as a product junkie. No, ma'am, but I ain't doing it because my hair didn't like none of that stuff. I mean, none of it. I'm talking about great products. My hair just didn't like it. None of it. I just use Cream of Nature for shampoo and conditioner. It was the most basic of the ones. I mean, it's not like the basic, but you know what I mean. All those other brands, my hair was like, if you don't get it out of here, I promise you, I would just fall off your head because we don't want it. That part, 3B, 3C, yeah, that part, TLC. Do you know how many locks you have? What do you ask? Because I asked my lactician this last time I was with her, because we counted them before and neither of us could remember the count. But she's thinking I am somewhere probably between, let's say, 375 to 450. But she said the next time I come, she's going to count them. Because we were already done when I asked. So she said next time I come, she's going to count them. But somewhere between that. And mind you, I don't have. That just tells you how much hair is on my head. Because most people, even who have sister locks, I think she said they usually try to keep them to at max like 400 to 425 for your entire head of locks. Those are sister locks. These are not. These are micro locks, which are a little bigger. See, because sister locks are very much thinner than this. So most people are going to only end up at the end, even with the full head, somewhere 400 or less. Yes, they usually try to keep it there. So at least that's what I've been told by 2 different locticians. Or is it 500? Now I'm thinking maybe I said the wrong. It's somewhere between, let's say 400 to 500. Because I'm thinking maybe it was 5 or less. Somewhere around here. I wish Beshette would pop up in here because she's one of the locticians who confirmed the number. Oh, it's all good. I thought that's what you typed. Honestly, I don't remember what I read, but my brain picked up what you were trying to say. Oh, now I have to do that myself. Listen. Hey, Veggie. How you doing, sis? Happy Friday. And it's a lot of lock girls in this chat. There's a lot of us in this chat. Yeah, I promise you, every step I took in my hair journey, I remember having that little fear of if I was going to like the thing, because these things are commitments. Like going natural is a commitment. Can I go back from natural? Absolutely. But going natural, when you first go natural, that's a commitment. There's a lot of change. It's frustrating. You got to get used to it. You got to figure out your hair and what works for your hair. It's a whole lot. And in the middle of all that, you be looking crazy some days. And that's a rough thing. Some people can't handle that. So they just go back to what they know. They'll wear wigs until they get their hair back to the way they want it, whatever. I trusted the journey and went through the journey. Getting locks is even more of a commitment because with locks, yes, can I get my locks taken out? Yes, it's very expensive to do. Even if I do it myself, it's very timely to do because this hair is locked. So you got to take your time and try to unravel and undo all of what you have done without losing all your hair in the process of doing it. Or some people just chop off all the locks and start over. You could do that too. But it's a commitment. I have enjoyed all of them. When I went natural and got and finally did it, it was so liberating. And I was like, what took you so long to do this, girl? This is the best thing you've ever done. And then when I did the locks, same thing. Best thing ever done. I would tell you to get started. A lot of times that's where the expense is. That initial install, because it's timely, it takes sometimes it could take a couple days to get it fully done. I can't remember my initial install. I'm going to just say maybe 30 hours total. I'm just rounding. It was somewhere like that. It takes a long time. Yeah. But get through that, and the reties don't take nearly as long. My reties still take a little bit of time. Like I said, I have a lot of hair. So it still takes about 3.5 to 4 hours for my reties. But yeah, that's not bad to me. Now, Liddy, she has sister locks, and I think she said her reties take under 2 hours. So it all depends on how quick your loctician is as well. Because some of these ladies be fast. My girl, she's gotten a lot faster, but she's still working it out. I'm using the products right now. What products? But they're making my scalp itch. So I've got to stop and I think about doing locks. My brother has locks. Yes. Yes. They can get long. He can cut them if he wanted to, but he probably don't want to. So it's that. As you can. But yeah, that was me with fake hair. I was never one of those girls who could do braids and do sew-ins and all that stuff. My skin don't like it. My skin will break out in a minute. That's another reason why I can't use a lot of different products too, because I have very sensitive skin. I really do. I won't be getting any locks. Why? Because of how long it takes to install. I'm telling you, I do not regret. Veggie has beautiful hair. She has beautiful locks, y'all. It's a lot of locks in the community. African pride, just like none of that. Cantu, no, I don't like none of it. Nope. When I went natural, it was a thing. It was. I know it is. Good thing with me, I grew up natural. I permed my hair in my 20s. Wow. Yeah, I couldn't wait to get my hair permed. I was so sick of getting pressed. My mama pressed me. I could never have locks because I could not sit that long. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta have patience for it. Girl, and I don't have to really like just it ain't like I'm just sitting there like this, getting or whatever. They have the chairs they have, like she leans that chair back. I be knocked. I be knocked out, y'all. Look, I be knocked. She'll catch me do a couple of these them nods where you catch yourself, and she be like, Miss Gina, you want me to lean it? Yes, please. And she lean that chair back, and I just be laying back, and she can still do her work. She'll turn my head as she needs to. I be knocked. Then I wake up and I might, be scrolling or whatever. Y'all, please. Hey, LGG. How you doing? Happy Friday. Well, yeah, I'm about to wrap it up because we've been going. But seriously, this conversation is supposed to be about them budgets. Y'all got real quiet up in here. So I want y'all to really concentrate on working on that. Finding a way to squirrel away some monies. It don't have to be a lot. You set the goal, start squirreling it away, and then we're gonna check back in next month. Okay, how about that? Because we can do this, and there's no judgment here. Okay, and we give ourselves grace. So there's no expectation of perfection. There's none of that. Okay, we just gonna work through it, and we're gonna make it happen, and we're gonna learn how to do that. And once you have that skill in doing that, it will change your life. I'm telling you. Because one thing for certain, if Gina wanted, she can get it. And it wasn't always that way for me until I started learning how to manage my money better, to where I didn't allow my algorithm to choose my spending habits, because that's what they do. Like, you think it, and now you see it scrolling through you see a commercial or ad about it, or you talk to your friend on the phone, like, hey girl, I think I want to get, and now you seeing all these ads about it. They know what they doing. So, no, nope. Don't let them choose your spending habit. We're saving for great beauticians. There you go. There you go. And listen, when you start looking for, if you do decide to get locks and you're looking for a loctician, um, like I said, there's some in the community. That's your journey as a loctician, and she can, like, help to tell you how you can find locticians in your city or your state. When you're trying to find them, you want to find somebody who's gotten licensed. You don't want just anybody locking your hair. Okay, so be careful with that, because people can mess your hair up. Now that they can do. But for me, I'd be like, it's hair. I'll cut this mess off and start over. I am not my hair. And I'm cute either way. Well, I'm going to see y'all in these streets. I will see y'all on Wednesday. And like I said, the garden planner did drop. So pre-orders are available for the garden planner. If you haven't seen it, if you just want to check it out, see what it looks like. I did do a short about it. But you can also go to my website, ginaversusgina.com. And when you go in there at the top, it's going to have a button to click for pre-orders. And I think it still says pre-orders for the budget planner. But either way, it takes you to the same website. Okay, so if you click on that, it's going to take you to that website. You'll be able to see both planners and order your garden planner if you're interested. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna see y'all in these streets. Y'all have a great weekend. I'm trying to think. Y'all know that Urban Garden Chronicles, she's been back going live on Saturday mornings about 9ish. Typically we would be heading to see 2A in LA on Saturday mornings. There's a hiccup happening with that channel right now. So I don't think he's gonna be live premiering in the morning. And these are all Eastern, y'all, because I'm on Eastern time zone. So 9 o'clock Eastern for Urban-ish, if she goes live. I do have a video dropping tomorrow. It's going to actually be a premiere. Shoot. Y'all need to just look for it, because I'm not for sure what time I'm going to drop it, because I'm going on a little road trip with some friends, so I don't know if I'm going to be driving or one of them are going to be driving. So depending on who's driving, depends on what time I do it, because I can do it when we get where we're going. It's not, we're just circling around. We're going somewhere and coming back home. So yeah, it'll be sometime tomorrow. Okay. All right. I will see y'all. Did you make it home yet, Mr. BS? I hope you made it home safe. I will see y'all in these streets. Urban might be down. Oh, she's in Jamaica? Oh, they had a funeral to attend. I missed that. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm going to have to reach out to her. All right. I will see y'all. Have a great one. Thank y'all for hanging out with me, though. Cutting up with me. Let me come in here with my shades and my fur. Looking like money. I'll see y'all. Y'all have a good one. Have a great weekend. And I'll see y'all on Sunday nonetheless. Okay? All right.